Good evening students. Today we will start new chapter, that is metal and non-metals. Okay. Now let's start. When we look around in our surroundings, when we look around, what we see? There are many things, there are many materials of different shapes, sizes, textures. There are many materials are there. Okay, like chair, eraser, water, bed, TV, etc. Okay, many materials are present in our surrounding, and the material, that material is made up of which thing? Okay, they all are made up of matter. Okay, they all are made up of matter. Now the question is that what is matter? Very simple definition, that is anything which occupies a space and has mass is called matter. Anything which occupies a space and has mass is called matter. Okay, now matter can be divided into pure substances like elements and compounds and mixtures. Okay, matter can be divided into pure substances like elements and compounds and mixtures. Now the first question is element. Okay, element is what? It is a substance. It is a substance which cannot be split up into two or more simpler substances by usual chemical methods like applying heat, light, electrical energy. Means water elements, they are the substances which cannot be split up into two or more simpler substances by applying chemical methods like heat, light, electrical energy. Means the substance which cannot be split up by applying these things into two or more simpler substances, they are called element. Examples: iron, oxygen, sulfur, magnesium, sodium, potassium. These are the examples of element. Okay, now we are learning about element, so we have to learn about atom. As you know that living organism is made up of, living organism, the smallest unit of which living organism is made up of, that is cell. So as with element, atom is the smallest unit of element. Okay, like cell is the smallest unit of living organism, so same with atom, that atom is a smallest unit of element. Okay, now we will discuss a small structure of atom. Okay, see, this is what atom, they have three subparticles: electron, proton, neutron. This is the center, this center where nucleus is written. Nucleus is the center of an atom. In the nucleus, proton having positive charge, neutron no charge is present. They are fixed in nucleus. They are fixed in the nucleus of an atom. An electron, here you can see that there are this minus sign is present in one line, in second row, so in one circle, in second circle. So that is electron. Means three charges, that is electron negative charge, proton positive charge, neutron no charge. In an atom, in the center, in the nucleus of an atom, proton and neutron is present. They are fixed in the nucleus of an atom. An electron revolves around the nucleus. They revolves around the nucleus, means they are not fixed. Now the question is that why electron is not fixed? So because they are light in weight, lightest part and negative charge with respect to nucleus, so it moves around the nucleus. It is the lightest part, means its weight is light and having negative charge, it moves around the nucleus. Okay, and proton is heavy, so it is fixed in the nucleus. Okay, under normal condition the body is neutral, means number of electron and proton is equal. Okay, under normal condition a body is said to be neutral because they are having neutral means they are having equal number of proton and electron. Okay, now when any atom loses electron means जो इलेक्ट्रॉन है वो आपके क्या हो गए, निकल गए. ओके, सो that body will become positively charged. And when there is a gaining of electrons, then that body will become negatively charged. Okay, when there is a losing of electron, then number of protons will increase in comparison to number of electrons. So that body will be positively charged. And when there is a gaining of electron, then number of electron will increase in comparison to the number of proton. So that body is said to be negatively charged. Always loosening and gaining of electron takes place because it revolves around the nucleus. Okay, question can be asked that why only losing and gaining of electron will occur? Because it revolves around the nucleus, it is revolving, so that is why losing and gaining of electron will take place. This is about the small structure of an atom. Okay, so atom is the smallest unit of an element. Okay, and what is element? I have told you that it is a substance which cannot be split up into two or more simpler substances by applying heat, light, electrical energy. Okay, कोई भी substance जिन्हें हम heat, light और electrical energy apply करके break नहीं कर सकते two or more simpler substance में, that is called element. Okay, example I have told you, iron, oxygen, sulfur, magnesium, these are the example etc. examples of an element. Now next is compound. Next is what? Compound. Compound refers to a substance formed by combining two or more elements chemically. What is compound? It refers to a substance formed by combining two or more elements chemically. For example, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, water. Carbon dioxide, the formula of carbon dioxide is what? CO2. C is what? Carbon, and O2 is what? Oxygen. So carbon, it is an element, oxygen, it is an element. Okay, they both are different element, but when they combine together they form carbon dioxide, that is called compound. Okay, when two or more elements are combined together they form compound. For example, water, H is what? Hydrogen, O is what? Oxygen. When they combine with each other they form what? Water, that is H2O. Sulfur dioxide, sulfur is an element, oxygen is another element. When they both combine with each other they form sulfur dioxide, that is SO2. Okay, so element is a substance which cannot be split up into two or more simpler substances by applying heat, light or electrical energy. Single, that is sodium, potassium, carbon, oxygen, sulfur, separately they are element. But compound is what? When two or more elements are combined together chemically they form compounds, that is carbon dioxide. So carbon and oxygen, they combine together, so they form carbon dioxide, that is CO2. Okay, now next is what? Mixtures. Mixtures refers to a substance formed by mixing two or more substances into one physically, that is mixtures. For example, sugar solution, salt solution, means sugar, it is a compound, sugar is what? Compound. And solution means water is there, solvent is there. Okay, so it is a compound. So when we add different compounds and they form one solution, that is called mixture. That is what? Mixture. So what is mixture? It refers to a substance formed by mixing two or more substances into one physically, that is called mixtures. That, for example, sugar solution, salt solution. Okay, now elements can be classified into metals, non-metals and metalloids. Okay, depending upon their physical and chemical properties. Okay, now we are learning element. We have to learn about metals and non-metals. But firstly we have discussed that metals and non-metals. Okay, element. I have told you what is an element. Now element, the arrangement of elements. Okay, elements are arranged in a periodic table. See, this is what periodic table of elements means. In this table, elements are arranged on the basis of their atomic number. Okay, now the question is that what is atomic number? The number of protons present in the न्यूक्लियस ऑफ एन एटम. उस भी वो एटम जिस भी एलिमेंट का है उसके न्यूक्लियस में जितने प्रोटॉन्स हैं, दैट इज व्हाट? एटॉमिक नंबर. एंड दिस पीरियोडिक टेबल is based on, in this, elements are placed at according to their atomic number. Okay, this is the modern periodic table given by who has discovered this periodic table, that is Dmitri Mendeleev. DMITRI, Dmitri Mendeleev, MENDELEEV, Dmitri Mendeleev. Okay, this is what? Modern periodic table of elements. In this periodic table, elements are arranged on the basis of their atomic number. Okay, in this picture there is a red line. Okay, there is a red line. This red line indicates that there are 7 periods. There are 7 periods. आपके जो 7 periods हैं, there are 7 periods, and this yellow line means there are 18 groups. Okay, there are 18 groups. Vertically 18 groups, horizontally there are 7 periods. Red line indicating these periods. There are 7 periods horizontally, and 18, this yellow line is for what? Groups. There are 18 groups. Okay, you can see that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18. Vertically 18 groups are there. This yellow line is for what? Groups. In periodic table you will learn this chapter in 10th class, but because we are learning about the metals and non-metals, so you have to learn a simple periodic table. Okay, a basic of periodic table. So this yellow line is for what? Groups. Vertically 18 groups are there. This red line, horizontally there are 7 periods. And in periodic table, elements are arranged on what basis? On the basis of their atomic number. And what is an atomic number? The number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom. An atom is the smallest unit of an element. And what is element? It is a substance which cannot be split up into 2 or more substances by usual methods like applying heat, light, electricity. Okay, examples in elements. So this is the periodic table of elements. So like I have told you that they are classified into metals, non-metals and metalloids. So see this, metals. Okay, metals are there, non-metals are there, and metalloids. Now tomorrow we will learn about the metals, non-metals and metalloids, and in this periodic table I will tell you that where the metals are placed, where the non-metals are placed, and where the metalloids are present. This is about the small introduction of the chapter metals and non-metals. Today I have told you about the element, about compounds, about mixtures, about periodic table, about atom, small basic structure of atom. Okay, so and tomorrow we will discuss about the placement of metals, non-metals and metalloids in the periodic table, and the occurrence of metals and non-metals, then later on physical and chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Okay, that's all. Thank you.